Prothrow going down.
After the penalty, 1st and 20 for Cal Poly from their own 42-yard line. Graves has yet to complete a pass. He'll look to go to the air. Now he's going to run. Lots of room towards the near side. Out across midfield, inside the 40, inside the 30, inside the 20, and finally wrapped up out of bounds at the 15. Dano Graves on 1st and 20. It's down into the red zone. What a run.
And it was a big run, Chris. And back to the opening play of the game, a design draw. That's exactly what it was there. They're following through on what a defensive lineman trying to shoot those gaps. There's really not a linebacking core for this Eagles group. It's primarily safeties and guys dropping back, especially in yardage distance. Mustangs, a number of years, all 3 of their boys going through the program.
2nd down and 3 yards from the 9. Graves will keep himself inside the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal Poly.
And you can double that pleasure not only from the holding call and, of course, retaining the ball on the previous partial fumble there, but for Graves to bounce back after the inadequacy of an interception in the red zone as well. Doubly satisfying. Great decision on that quarterback follow.
So the Mustangs are on the board with one.
No hopping, no jumping, no emphaticism from an Eastern Washington defensive squad right now.
2nd and 1, one receiver in the formation. It's Smeltzer, the freshman, to the near side. Graves again will keep himself, gets out of a tackle, out towards the far side, dives for the pylon, and he is marked out of bounds just shy of the goal line at the 1.
Unfortunate there wasn't a fumble through the corner of the end zone, and Graves beating himself up right now, slow to get up. He knows how much effort that run took just to get him at 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line now, though, for Cal Poly. Dano Graves with 120 yards on the ground here in the 1st half. We've still got over 7 minutes left to play in the 2nd quarter. Mustangs knocking on the door, trying to cut into this 14-point deficit.
Well, reward the pro here. Joe Pro, can he find interiors or
nope, it's Dano Graves. Did he get across the goal line? You bet. Touchdown, Cal Poly.
Chris, you called all the scoring drives this year, but I would argue that this was one of the more important ones of the season. After taking the gut punches and blows from this Eastern Washington over-the-top offense, the ground and pound. Can you get Graves some rest? Get him a pick-me-up right now.
Mustangs will have to take advantage of negative plays because Eastern Washington, you won't see a whole lot of them out of this offense. 2nd and long, under 4 minutes left to play in the 1st half. Pass to the near side is picked off. Jared Rosales with his first pick of the year.
And really fortunate for Eastern Washington that ball wasn't taking the distance, because for Rosales, who jumped in front, really coming from an angle that was, well, not from the middle, the outside. It was a late route, late pressure from only a 3-man front to Poly defensively, and now you're talking with a little turnover and time of possession.
You talked about the rotation in the secondary for the Mustangs, throwing whoever out there at opportune times to try and road contests against the team that they'll be tied for in the standings, another 2-loss conference team in Weber State in Ogden, Utah. Next Saturday, it'll make that a very meaningful game. Hand off, Jared Muhammad breaking loose into the secondary. Muhammad across midfield inside the 35-yard line of Eastern Washington, and finally brought down at the 31.
And
how about Jared Muhammad?
Yeah, funny part of that play is he came in late with Joe Prothrow hobbling to the sideline. He looked over at assistant coach Aristotle Thompson and said, "What's the play?" Gave you the fingers of, hey, repeat it. They gave it to him straight up the gut, and that guy's a workhorse. Big thighs, big yardage.
Are playing short-handed on offense. You talked about Prothrow hobbling off the field after that play. Kyle Lewis back in the 1st half. He hasn't played at all here in the 3rd quarter. He's such a big part of this Mustang offensive success, so other guys are going to. DJ Peluso lined up in the slot here. 3 wide receivers set. Little misdirection. Garcia will throw it back to Dano Graves. Room to the far side. The 20. Inside the 15. Dano inside the 10. Down to the 8. The Mustangs have done that once prior to that last play this season. They did it up at Portland State. It was successful on 4th down. And, well, you got to pull out all the stops down by 21 late in the 3rd quarter. And Corey Garcia doing his best Cooper Kupp impression, a non-quarterback completing the pass.
Not quite the production, but every bit the jab and a beautiful tailgating. But it is a little fog mixed with the pleasuresome smell. It would be pleasure if this will be a touchdown.
4th and goal, give to Prothro. That second effort got him into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal Poly. Now the Mustangs needed that. They're back within 2 possessions with 39 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Joe Prothro's first touchdown of the night, 9th on the year.
And back to that Peluso run, it was very important that he got down in there between the 2 and the 1 yard line. We thought he could have.
Well, Joe Prothro's trotting back out there with the offense, but he is not 100%, as he's hobbled off the field numerous times tonight, and he's been a workhorse. 19 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown with the fog in the building here at Alex G. Spanos. Graves, he'll look to throw. Deep up top, Koski with the catch to the 45.
When you love the design, kind of crisscrossing back, you clear that bottom part of the field, and a safety could not stay with him as he crossed the center line. Excellent toss. As the quarterback rolled to his right, he knew he was throwing back left the entire time.
Now the redshirt freshman, J.J. Koski, has become one of Dano Graves' most